Hey guys, before I begin, just want to say I'll be streaming every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 PM GMT, so do join me to chat and have fun, and I'll be more than happy to talk about almost anything, doesn't really have to be games related. And yeah, most importantly, do remember to like and subscribe if you like my contents. Hey guys, welcome to another one of my build guides, and in this build guide I will be going through the high budget version of the skeleton mages. So as usual, I won't be going through everything in the POE, I will just be emphasizing the important stuffs, and afterward there will be some gameplay of the build. You can always just go through the POE yourself. There is a Buylist in Google spreadsheet, and if there's anything else you can ask me later on. Okay, so a quick review of this build. I've completed the build myself and tested lots of various and different runs, playstyles and stuff like that. Plus, I've also completed all of the endgame bosses really very easily, okay? If I were to describe this build, I would say it's broken. It's very easy to play, good for beginners, and it's really very fast to ramp up. So I've never completed all the endgame bosses so fast before. Like, it has been only a week and a half into this league, and I have killed every single one of the bosses, including the Feared. I've done 100% Delirium also, and it works. Not the fastest, but manageable. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the skill tree. There will be 4 different levels. One for level 80 for those that actually have a good head start. You want to try out skeleton mages. This is just for you. It's lacking a little bit of life, and your block is not capped over here, but yeah, you know, if you start out with having lots of currency with this build and immediately into the high budget, this is how you go. Okay, so the main one will be over here. It's level 90. So level 90, this is how the skill tree works. You can basically just put Dead Reckoning anywhere, okay? You can even put it here, doesn't matter. So the important thing to take note is I actually have 1 agility over here, right? Some people might miss out, and the mana and life, small little note here also. Some people always miss that out. And I've actually taken this shield mastery over here to try and maximize my spell block chance. Okay, so other than that, the rest is, yes, the 2 small little minion damage nodes over here that people tend to leave out as well. And over here, the cluster jewel, right, it doesn't have to be 12 passive skills, okay? Because I understand that 12 passive skill is very expensive now. I think a lot of people is actually kind of hyping over it, if I were to say in one phrase. But the reason why 10 is okay, or even 8 or even 9, okay, any amount of passive skill is okay, because eventually, right, you won't be taking all of them. Okay, the damage is already enough. The damage is already more than enough. Okay, this is level 90. And if you have like the full-fledged equipment, you're already dealing like nearly 25 million. Okay, also on the average is 24 million damage. Right, that is a lot. Okay, even on a 10 passive cluster, because you will only take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the minion damage. And then over here is 1, 2, 3 or 5. You can I just took an additional 2 more here just for more damage. If you don't, is about 23 million, right? It's still good. Okay, so it's still fine. And then over to level 95, basically just taking Divine Shield over here. You recover 3%, 3% of physical damage prevented from hits is regenerated as energy shield per second. This is really good, okay? Even though you don't have a large amount of ES pool, but your ES is still 900, okay? It's about 1000, and generally it will still regenerate quite well. And then the rest is just more life over here, more life and ES over here. The last one I think is here. Okay, I can't remember myself, sorry. Yes, it's over here. So the last one is just over here, and at level 100 is seriously up to you, okay? You want to take more life, you want to take more minion damage. I myself personally prefer to have more chaos resistance, right? So more chaos resistance, I took these 3 nodes over here. you can see that without any special gear, I'm hitting 9% chaos resistance, right? I think if I'm not wrong, I only have one chaos resistance mod on one item, that's all. Yep. Yeah, so this is how the skill tree will go. Okay, next up is the skill gem. The skill gem is actually quite straightforward. Your Vault Skeletons, level 21. I'm not asking you to get a double corrupted one, just 21 with 0 quality is fine. Spell Echo, I'm not asking you to go for Awakened Spell Echo as well. It's very expensive. In my own opinion, it's not even worth it. So you can just get either a 21-20 or you can even get a 20-23, right? A 20-23 will work fine also. Okay, don't get me wrong, see, this is 24.4, okay, let's just take it as 24.4 million DPS. If I were to go 21-20, look, the difference is honestly not really a lot. Okay, so it's like maybe 500k around there. Yeah, but the value difference between 21-20 and 20-23 is a lot of difference. So up to personal preference. If you want to perfect your gear, then this is how you should go. Same for increased critical damage, you can go for 20-23. And then this is the awakened minion damage. You don't really have to go for anything special, that's why I put 520. And then pierce and volley, we all know what this does. Pierce is just piercing more enemies, and then volley is just hitting 2 more additional times. Alright, so I add in a hypothermia here just in case some of you out there might actually want to focus on bossing. So if you are focusing on bossing, then you put in hypothermia and you take out volley, right? And then you'll get about 31 million DPS, right? It's a very huge leap, but for those players out there that is very lazy like me to keep changing, just use these 6 skills, like just pierce and volley all the way. I've completed everything with just this. I am not using hypothermia or whatsoever. Alright, next will be your trigger wand. Desecrate level 1, life tap level 1. Doesn't have to be divergent, okay? You can use default also, because I think the divergent one might be a bit pricey. Maybe 50 chaos. If you don't want to spend, it's fine. Bone offering, I would personally prefer 21-20, okay? Because 21 will give you more block, both to yourself and your minion. Alright, next is the utility. Molten Shell, get the anomalous one. For Molten Shell, Sniper Smart, get 21-20 if you can, because 21 will have more increased damage. Otherwise, if you get the 20-23, I think it's fine also. Okay, as you can see, actually all of the gems, right, have a quality of plus 25. It actually comes from the ashes of the star amulet, which I'll explain later, and it's really very good. Okay, next is your minion support, your Ray Spectral Animate Guardian. Take note of the skill gems. If you want the default one, is fine as well. Your aura, the only thing here is Awaken Generosity, Zealotry, and then the rest is Summon Skitterboard, Stamper Shield. You don't need for this 4 to be linked. Next is your second minion support and your second aura, which you will put Stone Golem and Feeding Frenzy. You will no longer be using Ray Zombie because there is no purpose to use it. You just need somebody for Feeding Frenzy, and Stone Golem will do the job. Okay, then Determination and Defiance Banner to go for your defensive layers, and last, your Flame Dash on your rings. Okay, so come to the item. Here is actually the tricky part. So your first item is the best in slot convoking wand, which is the +1/+1 or spell and minion skill gem with minion deal increased damage, and you can have the 3 crafted mod, medium and increased cast speed and trigger socketed spell. So this is really expensive and hard to make. I think it costs about 23 exalt. So if you don't want to do this, the second alternative is you can always just use this one. Okay, just find any wand that has a +1/+1 spell and minion skill gem, and then you just benchcraft suffix trigger socketed spell. Okay, I think if I am not wrong, this wand costs about 5 to 7x, somewhere in between there, 5 to 7x now. Okay, this is just good enough. You don't have to do the triple benchcraft like this one and then have minion cast speed. Not necessary, okay? When you have more currency, that will be the last thing you do on this build, right? Because it costs 4x just to have the additional minion cast speed. Okay, and then next will be your shield and stuff. So the only two other thing that I want to mention is this. There's two helmet here. So one is the normal one, which has your life, resist, +1 to number of skeletons or raised zombies. And then your enchantment can be either Sniper's Mark or increase skeleton. Okay, wait, let me find where is my crown. Okay, so it's here. So the enchantment for now, I'm using the Sniper's Mark, 30% increase curse effect. You don't necessarily need the increased summon skeleton damage. I think that is what it is, right? Yeah, here. So skeletons deal 40% increased damage. I know this enchantment is crazy insane off the roof now. It is very, very expensive, and I'm here to tell you it's not needed, right? Why do you need it? Why do you don't need it? Because eventually you want just more damage to fight bosses, right? In mappings or when you're fighting rare monsters in the map, the damage is already more than enough. And moreover, if you really just want to like kill those very tank or rare mobs, eventually you still use Sniper's Mark, right? Because you want to deal more damage to it, and that is why Sniper's Mark has 30% increased curse effect works as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you a quick one. Look, example, the DPS is 21.75 million now. I am going to change the enchantment to Summon Skeleton, okay? I'm going to show you what's the difference. So if I were to change it, okay, I save. Look, this is the difference. Okay, I'm not sure if it's calculating correctly, but from here, what I can see that actually Sniper's Mark is doing more damage than Summon Skeleton. I think first of all is because of the increased projectile effect. It just multiplies more. Alright, and then next is it has the increased quality effect as well from the Ashes of the Star. Okay, so this is how it is. I think you don't really have to go for a Summon Skeleton. Sniper's Mark is fine as well. Okay, and then here comes the second option for the helmet. Once you have completed everything, you can start to roll for the Eldritch Influence helmet. Alright, so this is the Eldritch Influence helmet. I honestly can't find anything good for this, and I am here to tell you, I think this is the best one for the helmet. So the +1 to maximum lightning resistance plus increased mana regeneration rate will be the best. And then it goes the same for the gloves. Okay, the gloves best one is just these two. Minions deal 25% increased damage, and you have 10% increased effect on your marks. This is both from the Searing Exarch. For the minions deal 25% increased damage, and Eater of World is 10% increased effect on marks. And this is just only tier 3, I think. It's just tier 3 influence effect. Alright, if you don't have, then you can just swap to the normal ones. It's fine. But do this last, okay? Just remember all the Eldritch Influence, do it last. And yes, this is what is making all of the builds. I wouldn't say this build, but actually all of the build very broken. Right, first of all, it has increased reservation efficiency of skill. And then next, it has a +1 to level of all skill gems, okay? So this all skill gems, right, refers to active skill gems only, okay? Please be mindful, it does not affect support skill gems. Okay, I know that many people have actually misinterpreted this. It is not all of your skill gems, it is all active skill gems. So all your support skill gems will not be getting this buff, but the rest of it will. Let's say like your Vow Summon Skeletons, Bone Offering, your auras, they are all affected as well. So this also applies to the fourth line of this amulet, which is 25% to quality of all skill gems. The range is between 20 to 30, so it is still very awesome, okay, because it literally just gives you double quality of what the gem inherited. So you can see under Vow Skeletons here, I have just 25 plus 25% quality. That means I have 25% increased minion damage, right? So next one is Bone Offering. So for Bone Offering, the quality is minions have 10% increased cast speed. So with Ashes of Amulet, I literally have 20% increased cast speed, okay? Minimum 20% increased cast speed. And that goes for the same for every others. Zealotry if you are getting the Anomalous. What is the other one? The Determination. Okay, so Determination not so much. Stone Golem. Yes, Stone Golem with the Anomalous effect. You have 20% increased buff effect. So with the Amulet, you are having 40% increased buff effect. Right, so this is just what I'm talking about. Is really too good. It affects too many things. Yeah, stuff like your Wraith Spectre as well. It literally gives you 4 Spectre because you can hit the level 25 mark just nice. One level from Ashes of Star, 2 from your Ascendancy skill, and the other 2 is from your wand. Right, so this amulet is just too good now. For those of you that have been following the trend, you will realize that this amulet was actually 35C on day 2, and then it rose up to 80C in day 3, and then day 4 it was like 1.1 exalt, 1.2 exalt around there, and then it was just steady at 1.1 to 1.2 until like 1 day ago. Okay, I think it was 1 or 2 days ago. I think Grimro posted about the video as well, and then it just skyrocketed. Okay, I'm not sure if it was him that started, but those that is actually in my Discord group, I've told you guys that this amulet is really broken and good. You should spend your money to get it first before it increases. And those that have got it, good for you. You have saved a bunch of money. Right? Okay, so the rest is just what it is. You can just go and have a look at yourself. Yes, the next thing I want to talk about is Large Cluster Jewel. Sorry. So for the Large Cluster Jewel, the only thing that we are looking for is 35% increased effect, and minions have 3% increased attack speed and cast speed. Okay, I know this is quite expensive. The rest of the mods is seriously optional. Okay, you want to go for life is fine, but you got to pay more. You know, go for chaos resistance is also okay. I think chaos resistance is here. So it actually adds a lot. Okay, let's just say you see my chaos resistance is minus 21. If I were to put chaos resistance at 4%, example, boom, I suddenly have 39. That is a very big increase because first of all, you have 35% increased effect, which means okay, it didn't show you, but which actually means you have 5% chaos resistance. And look, you're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And below here as well, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you are essentially having like 55% increased chaos resistance just from both cluster jewel. Right, that is really, really a lot. But like I say, if you want more lines, you got to pay for it. Alright, and the medium cluster jewel is just simple, Blessed Rebirth and Renewal. What's next is basically the important stuff will be acquiring your decks. Okay, so this build has decks problem. I am going to go through it real fast where I get it from. So first of all is Ashes of Sun. Make sure you have 16 to all attribute, that's your implicit, and then use the catalyst. I can't remember the name, it's called Intrinsic, right? Just to get that 3 to all attribute. I'm sorry, but this is where you can only get it for that 3 additional attribute. And next will be your unset ring. So one part of your ring will just be life and dex. Okay, chaos resistance is optional. And then next will be your Ghastly Eye Jewel. Yes, so the Darkness Enthroned, you got to have life, dex and intelligence, and minions have additional cast speed. So a lot of people have actually been asking me, why are you not using the what is that? The other modifier, which is hold on, let me find. Yeah. Okay. So the other modifier is basically when your minions recently, hold on, let me just do a quick check here. So minions deal so and so increased damage if you use a minion skill recently. A lot of people actually ask me why you don't use this. The reason is very simple, it's overhyped. Alright, it is really overhyped. If I were to take this and then I'm going to save, just focus on the damage here. So now it's 21.755 million, right? If I change it, That's just a 300k difference. And the price of this jewel, right, with the minions deal 20% increased damage use, is like what, 5 times more than your usual jewel, I think. Yeah, that's how expensive is it. If I'm gonna just use this cast speed, right? Yes, over here. So if I'm just gonna use this cast speed, I'm just gonna reduce by 300 damage, and this jewel costs like 15c only. So I don't think it's worth to spend like 1x or maybe slightly lower just for the increased minion damage plus life plus your attribute and whatever. And moreover, you need another set over at your cluster jewel. Alright, so that's why I opt to go for the increased cast speed, because it's the cheaper alternative, and I'm pretty sure it's not worth to spend that much money just for that small increment. Okay, so yes, please take note, your Darkness and Throne belt, you got to have the Dex and Intelligence. The other one that's on the large cluster jewel, you do not need to have the Dex and Intelligence, alright? In fact, you can just have the life and increased cast speed. I think honestly that is good enough. Okay, you can just ignore the increased damage if you have used a minion skill recently. Okay, so yes, that's it for the rest. I think it's very straightforward. You can just have a look at it yourself. Yes, sorry, the last thing I want to mention is the ring. So the prefix on the ring can be anything you want. Alright, I just choose to go for non-channeling skills, have -7 to total mana cost, so that I can spam my skills more often. Right, like if you can see, my Summon Skeleton has 36 mana cost. I only have like maybe 48, but I have 27 regen, so maybe every second, I can spam like one more additional time, so that I can always have the 12 stacks of Summon Skeletons. Instead of every 1 second I only can cast one, probably every 1 second I can cast about twice. Yep, that's the whole idea of me taking these non-challenging skills, have -7 to total mana cost. Okay, so that's it for the items. Okay, and over here, the notes I have retained actually every other notes that was left in the low budget. The only thing I changed was the Animate Guardian equipment. So we are still going to use the Kingmaker, still the Leer cast, because I think the increased damage is just too good. Next, the body armor will be Doppelganger, guys. Okay, this just gives 10% regeneration rate on your AG. Currently on my Animate Guardian, I have like nearly, I don't know, about near 100k HP. I don't know how is he gonna die, probably from corrupted blood or something like that if I really get unlucky. And then the gloves use unnerf on hit. Alright. There is a glove that has 10% chance to unnerf on hit. I think it's a hunter glove. Try and find it and give it to your Animate Guardian. Next, you'll be your usual Victorious Flight. Okay, and for the Spectres, right, 1 Carnage Chieftain, 1 Host Chieftain, 1 Arena Master, and 1 Day of 2. For the Day of 2 is really optional. I feel it is not necessary because your defensive layers are really very high already, like including your minions. So what I did was I take 2 Carnage Chieftain instead. So with 2 Carnage Chieftain, I can actually get more Frenzy charges, and my minions, my skeletons can actually cast them much faster. Right, so personal preference over here, and the rest is just minion leveling guides for those of you that want to start from scratch. Okay, and next, this is the Google Sheet, the buy list for the skeleton mages. Please remember to click the high budget, not the low budget. So for the high budget, I've actually listed down in column C the list of order of items you need to check and you need to buy. Okay, so every 5 numbers there will be a different color, so do look up for it. So 1 is Dead Reckoning, make sure you get it. 2 is your Flesh Crafter, and then 3 will be your Wand. Right, if you really do not have enough currency for this, just use any wand first, because I know the wand is actually quite expensive. And then 4th will be your Eberron's Warpath, 5th will be Ashes of Stun and stuff like that. Alright, so just follow the list of items to buy if you want to progress it really smoothly. And the notes, take note of the notes and the notes 2 section. So the whole build, like without the skill gems, it costs about 380c. Alright, and with the skill gems, it costs about another 3,000. So I think it's about, okay, so this is just estimate, alright? This is just estimate, so it costs about 6,000. Oh wait, not 6,000. Sorry, maths fail. 6,800 C. Yeah, it's just around there, okay? These are the prices that I take, and of course, you can always just lower your expectations for all these skill gems. You do not need to get a 2120. You can always get a 2023 ones. If the different types is expensive, you can just always get the default type. Yeah, so it's just basically like this. Follow the order and you should be good to go. Okay, so before I showcase the gameplay, I just want to mention that there's no Q&A section for this video, because this is actually the first time I'm actually playing Summon Skeletons, and like I mentioned, I've completed every single endgame bosses in the game already, so I am not sure what are the common questions being asked. If there's anything, just drop me a question in my Discord channel, or you can always PM me and let me know what are your thoughts. Okay, so enjoy the gameplays, there is lots of them. Be sure to fast forward to check whichever bosses that you would like to see. Honestly, all of them are the same. Just summon your skeletons and run around dodging stuff. Okay, enjoy.
When I'm ready. You must witness what forces magic.
Your champion.
No manners.
Hunter. Feast. Digestion. Slaughter. Crush. Trample. Death. Is meaningless. This is not a battle you can win, actually.
Fight side by side. I need more mana.
Inescapable doom.
My champion, energize the spheres. Holy God.
Your deniers escape from play.
I shall cast you into a pit of infinite torment.
A veil of safety and security.
With your death,
Do not leave. I'm safe.
Welcome! Time has no meaning here. Your pain will
Do not leave me outside the grip of the infinite.
I've killed hundreds now.
The fight will never end. Mortal flesh is so fallible.
Crush the intruder!
The long-awaited event is finally here.
I'm done! Abstract!
when I'm ready and not before.
Shadow, rise and fight. Mortal flesh is so fallible.
I'm too quick!
Easy prey!
I need more mana.
Get yourself to the wall. I shall free you. Mortal flesh has survived. Give yourself to the wall. Such wildly delightful inspiration. The victorious.
Obliteration!
What's this? A real challenge. You finally caught my
I
attention.
need more mana.
Why run? What's the point? Fury of the Cosmos! Creation itself! Glorious!
The others found strength in their possessions. They became reliant on them. Not so foolish.
Watch beauty crumble!
Life really interesting enough to warrant all this pain.
Beyond, there is only horror. Watch beauty crumble! Obliteration!
Death. I am
Everlasting fire!
To find just to exist. The void protects its children. Struggle or strangle. Grasp your mortality tightly. The veil of safety and security.
I need more mana.
Show me immortality, a veil of safety and security.
I need more mana.
The void protects its children. Root of the influence. feathers. Along the way to the end is finally mortal flesh is so fallible. Shadow.
I need more mana.
Take this vitality. Alert of my might.
When I'm ready and not before.
Handle this. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Fight on. A mote of my might. What's the effort? Please read. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Storm and light. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Storm and hunt. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Stop and hunt. Life is so brittle. Enough of my might. Mortal flesh is so terrible.
I need more mana.
A mote of my might. This is mine. Contest the edges. Time bends to my will. Grip of the infinite. Struggle or strangle. Quick, a little more like this one. This life is so brutal. Give yourself to the flow. I want the edge to come. Resist the assault.
not before. I need more mana.
I may offer up to
Father, no!
putrefy, spoil, and fester.
Exile, do something!
Dissect it. Smear it across the ground. Murder or strangle. Tight tennis. Murder or strangle. Temple of Tales. Shadows, rise and fight! Tight tennis! Struggle or strangle! Tight tennis! Struggle or strangle! Temporal Tales! This makes me exquisitely happy. A match of my might. Mortal flesh is so fallible.
Okay, if there's anything you would like to comment, feel free to write in the comment section below, or you can also hop over to my Discord channel hideout and let me know. It's basically a chat channel for casual players to mingle around or ask any questions. Okay guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!